Hello, and welcome back to Fusion 360, The Basics. My name is Roman, and in part 2, we're going to be going over the line tools, or the sketch tools, that we may have missed in the creation of this box, and then extruding this into a 3D shape afterwards. So, starting off, we're going to be learning, or looking through, the other tools that we have to create sketches. So going up here, of course, we have the 2-point rectangle, the second tool with the line. You're going to notice this one pretty easily. For this, just as the normal sketch tool, like the line, we're going to just be selecting the bottom. And instead of creating a normal square like what we did with this instantly creates one. So the different features for this, we have the 2-point. So you select 1 point, and then you select another to create a full square already created instead of line segments in the 2 points that you selected. The 3-point, where you can select 1 point to get the cross of it, another point, and then how much or how far you want its width or height to be. So just like that. And of course the center option for that, which is select the middle, and you can move it around, get the sizes. Of course you can click on tab to switch between the two and change them using numbers on the keyboard. So 12 and 21. Yep. So yeah. Rectangle tool is fairly quick. So instead of doing something like this, we could probably instantly recreate that. Of course, keybind for the rectangle tool is R while in sketch mode. So we'll just instantly recreate this. Let's put ourselves up here, and it's not an exact recreation, but that just shows how quickly it can be made just by using a simple tool like that. So instead of doing each individual line, you can instantly create squares the size you want. So yeah, rectangle, square tool, pretty good. Now moving on is the circle tool. Similar to the rectangle, you have different options for it. This is the 2-point. So you select an original point. For this, we're just going to be doing right here. Then we're going to be moving it out over to any direction, and it just changes the size according with how big you want the circle tool, how much you want it to go. So yeah, same as rectangle, you can just put it out to a certain width, and done. You have it just like that. Of course, we have other options. There's a 3-point, so we can select 1 point here, which determines the height or the width, just like that one, how big you want it to be. And then another one, which determines kind of like a weird, you can set it perpendicular with the 2 points that you selected before. Let's cover these. Another good thing to notice, sketch tools. You can cover sketch tools, or you can overlap sketches. So these two become different selectable points, which is pretty cool. So, continuing, let's go to the circle tool again. And the 3 tangent circle, these are for selectable nodes, or nodes that you create and then you just attach it to them. There's another tool in Sketches that is the node tool. So for this, you can just select already created nodes, which are these corner pieces or middle pieces, and you can just attach a circle to them. And of course, the center diameter circle tool, which just creates a circle. Pretty simple, just by selecting a middle point, and you just create it around it. And the 2 tangent circles. So you select a tangent point, such as this, and then, not such as this, but such as the node, and then you would create another attachment onto it to do that. So yeah, we're going to, we're not going to save yet. We're going to go back. We're going to be panning up towards here. We're going to be deleting the rest of these circles and going back down. So we covered circle, which is R keybind. Line is, of course, the L keybind on your keyboard. You can instantly access it by going to L, and it instantly activates the line tool. And rectangle is R. Oh, let's get out of there. Rectangle is R. You can create a rectangle. And C is circle. Create a circle. Good handy keybinds just for you to know later on. So a couple of these, we'll just go through the more notable ones. So of course there's the arc tool. All of these have different purposes. Center point arc, you just create 2 sections aligned between each other, and then you select how much the arc wants to be between them. So this will just do a half arc. So it creates something like this from the point that we selected from there to there. This is not going to be the one you're going to use if you do wish to create an arc. The arc is like a bent version of a normal line tool, but of course it's bent. But the center point arc is very, very useful since you only have to direct it like that. Oh, wait, no, not the center point arc. The 3-point arc is very useful because you just direct it like this. And then, of course, it has the meter on the bottom. And then you just choose how much you want it to curve in that direction that you're doing. So you can go down and just do a slight curve, do another one going in this direction, and create like an eye-looking thing. I almost made the creepy one-eyed smile, which is, yeah, okay, you can do that. So, going back from that, so very good, the arc tool. And the polygon tool, which creates a, I'm going to say hexagon. That's wrong. It's a polygon, but yeah, just simply by going to there, there's the edge one, which you select 2 points, and then you can create it on either side. You can also change the amount of edges you want it to have, so we can go up to 7 or 8. Hex would be 6 or 7. I don't know. That's not really important, but of course, yep, you have that. So it creates it full circle or full point as usual. So we can go back to the polygon tool, and of course we have the uncircumbered polygon, which is just directly like the circle tool. You just bring it out in that direction, and it just does it from the middle point you selected. And the circumbered the unscribed polygon tool, which has infinite reach. It's not defined certain meters or properties. You can make it be as big as you want. Yeah. So, gonna skip over a couple of these since most of them are pretty straightforward. We're gonna go to the point, which creates a single line point for you to either, like, let's say you want to mark that certain location for whatever reason, that gets marked in there. But, yeah, so point tool just creates little markings for you to make. Text tool, which creates text that you can create just by typing into there. You can change the height, angle, make it be bold, and change the font up. It's pretty simple to use like that. So, yeah, no, we're going to back out of there, go into sketches, and we're going to be going down to the tool that we are going to use for this, the fillet tool. So, this can create an arc between two separate lines. So, for this, we are going to be, we're going to be creating, or just doing a little test for this. So we're going to be, of course, clicking R, doing the rectangle tool, just like that. Going down to the fillet tool, and in the corner, it should so, yeah, there we go. So by selecting a corner, it allows you to bend it down like this to create it from that. So it turns it into like a kind of, yeah, let's keep that as that. And then let's go back, select the fillet tool again, and select the corner, and do this. So we can create a shape, an eye-like shape, just by turning a square into something like this. And this can also be used for corners such as, should be, oh, we did not select this sketch. Yeah, there we go. And it can also be used for corners such as these. You can shift and select more than one. Oh, it looks like I already selected this one. But yeah, no, that's basically the, looks like I created a, yeah, you can do a lot of funky stuff by accident. So make sure you're clicking only where you want to. I'm going to undo that. Alright, and now we're going to, alright, so basically those are basically all the tools that you need to know for now. Most of them I'm going to teach or learn, you're going to learn them in the upcoming segments. So, right now we're going to be skipping onwards to how we're going to turn this object, or these sketches, into a real thing. So we're going to be going over from the Sketch tab to the Create tab. So, there's multiple things up here at once. The Extrude tool, just do, not that much. The Create Form, and the Extrude tool. For now, we're just going to be using the Extrude tool, which adds depth to a closed sketch profile or plane of your face. So just by clicking that, lots of stuff comes up on the right. You don't need to know that much of it yet, since this is just going to be something pretty basic. But starting off, we're just going to make sure that it's profile plane, one side distance, the extent is the distance, and the operation is new body. A lot of these options are pretty cool. Like, let's say direction, you can make what you're extruding from your sketch double-sided or exactly the same, symmetrical, both double-sided. And operation, you can join if you're extruding into another body or cut into another body. Those are going to be very useful coming up. So we're just going to be starting off with a new body. We're going to be selecting the square. So when you click it, you're going to get this blue outline around your square and this arrow. So just by clicking on the arrow and dragging it, you're dragging a 3D object out of the ground. So, or ground as I mean the sketch that you created. So from there, you're dragging up a little square object. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. We're going to go back into get out of orbit. And we're going to be keeping it at 2 millimeters and clicking OK. So now we've done it. Now up here in this, like the origin tabs, right under it should be bodies and sketches. Sketches has always been there. Oh. Yeah, these are all the sketches we've created in that. Most of them are invisible, or if they are visible, it's probably just this messed up line here. But yeah, you can turn them all back on by selecting that. You can turn them all off or all on just by clicking the light balls to toggle visibility. So we're going to be going over to the body section. So same as the sketches, you can toggle a body on or off. It's going to be very useful if you're making multiple of the same 3D models, or you need to get to a sketch under it. You just click that and you can get right under it. You can put whatever is there, and then you can extrude it and put this over it. Yeah, you can toggle the visibility of all bodies and all sketches very easily just by clicking the main light bulb in that section. So that doesn't seem to be going down for whatever reason. So I'm going to be moving on, keeping the sketches on. We're going to be extruding again on this one. So we already did that one, and we're going to be doing this one. So for this, instead of just going the 2 millimeters that I had, since it will be automatically joining up with that one, we're just going to go down and do 1. And keeping this one, we're going to keep this one on join. And we're going to be making sure that it's a little bit slanted. So there's a 1 millimeter degree of separation between them. And we're going to bring this over. Click back on home, bring this over. Go back to select. Extrude. Bring this up 1 millimeter. It's already there. Great. Yeah. So there you go. You can turn off sketches, and that is a double. We pivot. It's a separation of 1 millimeter between them, kind of like a double domino type thing. Very, very basic 3D sketch. And so this is all for this part. For the next part, we're going to be going into turning this sketch into actually something, either something fashion related, something. It could be a doorstop. There's a lot of things you can do with something as simple as a double square design sketch turned into a model, right? Again, I am Roman, and this is Fusion 360 Basics, Part 2, signing off.